Hey, my special ass, beautiful ass, magical ass goddesses. It's your girl Kayla back with another video. And I felt guided to do a ancestor messages video. Oh, I lost a card. I felt guided to do an ancestor messages video. And so we're going to just hop right into it. So for the meditation for this reading, I got Andre 3 stacks prototype. What Spirit and your ancestors want you to know, Divine Feminine, is that you are the prototype. You are the embodiment of true Divine Feminine essence. You are the embodiment of unconditional love. I'm sorry, I can't keep my cards in my hands today, apparently. But yes, you are the embodiment of unconditional love. You are the embodiment of what compassion looks like. You are everything. And when I say everything, you are everything. There is nothing that you can't do, that you aren't capable of, that you can't create into existence. You are the prototype. You are the perfect version of what God imagined when he created woman, right? So I'm feeling also for a lot of Divine Feminines as well. The journey has been long, the journey has been tedious, but for a lot of you, if you haven't already experienced this, what the fuck? Sorry, y'all. But I feel like for a lot of Divine Feminines, if you haven't experienced just a lot of energies just being very drawn towards you. I mean, you don't have to really do or say much. You just kind of walk into a room and you slowly realize that all eyes are on you, right? And Spirit is saying that a lot of your journey, the hardships, the lessons that you had to learn about the people that you kept around you were all for this reason. Because you are ascending, because you are growing spiritually, your light shines bright, and that light attracts all kind of people. Sometimes dark people, sometimes other people of light. But I can't stress enough, as we talk about the spirit of discernment, that's what a lot of that was for, so that you can discern who is in your best interest and who is not. So we're gonna hop right on into it. I'm also being led to read, this is the Hoodoo Tarot. And I'm being guided to read all of the stories from the major arcanas because the guidebook has a lot of interesting stories in it. For all the cards, but specifically for this reading, I'm getting to do so just for the major arcanas. We're gonna hop into it and see what they want Divine Feminines to know right now. All right, Spirit, ancestors. Oh, no, you know what? Did all that just to say, no, I didn't mean to start out with that first. We're gonna start out with the soul journey first, actually. I hope you've been doing well after this full moon. I know the energy is still lingering around just a taste, but you should feel a lot of clarity in regards to things, situations, people that you need to let go of, people that were being deceptive around you and maybe you weren't aware of it, any old emotional attachments, soul ties. Like, you should just kind of be feeling a little free, Divine Feminine. So I hope that that full moon brought that energy in for you. All right, let's see what we got here. Messages, Spirit, ancestors, guides, and angels for Divine Feminine. Let's see, we got worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. I'm getting off top like very strong. There are just certain things that are part of a bigger divine plan, and maybe you don't see that, Divine Feminine. So the place that you may be in right now may be a little stressing or concerning or worrying to you. The Spirit is saying not to. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So a lot of this worry may be in regards to past situations, events. And you may be kind of wondering at this point, should you have made a different choice? Should you have chosen to go a different route? And everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be right now. Divine Feminine and Spirit doesn't want you to worry about any of that. Let's see what else we got. All right, we have surrender. I can release my need to control. So like I was saying, because you are trying to bring certain things into fruition into your life, you're worried because you're not able to control the outcome. You're worried because you're not necessarily seeing the fruits of your labor in the way that you thought that you would. You are worried because things aren't working out the way you planned. But how does that saying go? God always laughs at our plans. And then last, we got perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. I mean, do I even really need to explain that, Divine Feminine? And then at the bottom of the deck, we have purpose. I know what I am here to do. Y'all, when I say, and I said this in my Leo full moon reading, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Spirit on our ass right now. Like there are things that need to be done. There is a shift that needs to take place. God said, it's time to move, soldiers. It's time to go. Like go, 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 go. That's I talked about that one chariot, that one reading where I could see the chariot in my head. Yeah, that was a part of this as well. Like there are things that are coming about on this 3D realm, and Divine Feminine's energy is desperately needed to make the change that's necessary to get us to that 5D level where we can actually enjoy Earth and not feel suppressed and depressed and under control and manipulated and blindsided and, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, like Spirit is on the ass. Like stop worrying about all the things that took place in the past. Stop trying to figure out if you made a different decision, would you have been in a different place? Like Spirit is saying none of that matters. You were right exactly where you were supposed to be. All of those things that did not work out for a reason. And if you were really paying attention, you'd have got the lesson from it when it didn't work out. Sometimes it's not about focusing on the losses, it's about focusing on the lesson. This is the Work Your Light Oracle. For some reason, Unbound was facing the wrong way, so we're going to take that. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. This ascension process, this is what it's for. It is unbounding you so that you can let go of that worry and regret and surrender and persevere. You're being unbound from all of that worry and regret. I was literally right about to say this. You just need to trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I feel like for a lot of Divine Feminines, you may or may not realize it, but a lot of what you are, I'm hearing, self-sabotaging yourself with in regards to moving into mission, moving into purpose, is a lot of past life energy that you're in the process of clearing up, but hasn't quite cleared up yet. And so right now I'm really getting like Four of Swords energy, just like retreat, relax, just kind of rest. Take some time to sort some shit out. Like just do what you got to do to start moving in the direction that you're supposed to move in. And at this point, after everything Divine Feminine has been through, you should be a pro at this. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. What did I say earlier? I can't make this shit up, y'all. It's in the chords. I'm telling you, like there is over the past couple of days, I have just been very anxious and very anticipatory of the things that are to come. And I can't quite clearly see how things are going to play out and the things that will take place, but I know the things that are the direction that things need to be headed in. I can understand what God is trying to do right now. How God is going to use divine feminines to make sure that this shift occurs. And I don't want you to think it's anything in particular about, oh, it's just going to be all women. I mean, part of the problem is living in a patriarchal society, because patriarchy doesn't live from the heart. It lives from the ego. That is the aspect that must die in order for us here on earth, everyone who is ready to ascend, to leave these lower 3D vibrational energies and go to the 5D, to stop living in ego. Divine feminines, that's generally a lot easier to do than a divine masculine. Yes, there are so many divine masculines who have ascended and are able to do this as well, but for the most part, this is divine feminine's time to shine. I'm sorry, I need another incense. I can't read without my incense. I don't know why, it's weird. Okay, so yeah, there is a divine plan taking place, divine feminine, and you are a necessary part of it. All you need to do is trust your path. You are being unbound. You are being able to be led in a new direction without all of this old baggage, without all of this old trauma, is what I'm hearing. What else we got, Spirit? So we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Pretty much the same thing. This upgrade, this integration brings in this. And then the crumbling, what are you clinging on to? Did I not say earlier there is something that I feel like divine feminines are holding on to that is keeping them from moving into mission, and more than likely it is something related to past life energies. Irma at the bottom of the deck. No, I'm Rama. Where are you being called to journey to? So like I said, there is a divine plan, a divine purpose. You are so needed and necessary in the world right now, but there is something that you are allowing to hold you back. It may not be something that is easily recognized. So it may take a little bit of digging to get to, which is why I think that Four of Swords energy of, relax is coming through. First card out, we have Ten of Swords. So yeah, there is something that it feels like a betrayal to you. Who betrayed my divine feminine? I mean, let's be real, we deal with a lot of betrayal, but at the end of the day, you always have to remember that how people treat you is more of a reflection of them than it is of you. Then we have the Mother of Sticks. Clarify the Mother of Sticks. We have Six of Baskets. I'm getting, kind of like I said, I think this Six of Baskets is referring to that past life energy that I talked about. But there is something that you are passionate about, you are seen as being passionate about, whether you recognize it in yourself or not, because I'm hearing for a lot of divine feminists, this is something that you may be told a lot, you know, whatever it is that you do that you're good at, that, you know, that people can resonate with you, but for some reason, you are still stuck in the past. You are still holding on to past life energy that you need to be unbound from. I'm hearing, like, for a lot of you, like, meditation. Because this is what's at stake. There was a contract that you agreed to come here, and that a contract will bring you many gifts in abundance from the divine. You just got to be ready to go. That's what I'm hearing. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Time to go. I know it, like, I just feel like super stressed out by the thought of, like, oh my God, like, don't do that. Don't stress yourself out. Yeah. Because a lot of you are bored and discontent where you are right now with the 4 baskets. You know that there's something bigger and better out there for you. You just don't know how to get to it, but Spirit is telling you, calm. We have death here, transformation. That is death. Okay, let's double check, because I gotta read it anyway, because it's a major arcana. Okay, yes, it is death. So, be professional about this. The eye that mocketh at his father and despiseth, whatever, to obey his mother, the ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagle shall eat it. Proverbs 30:17. A happy baby is lying in a crib. Though her form is young, there is a part of her that is very old. The half of her face that is skeletal reflects this internal connection with the ancestors. Ancestor veneration is one of the least discussed but most ubiquitous features of human life since time immemorial. Through the aesthetics of ancestral veneration, vary depending on the culture, there are few people who feel comfortable with their dead just being dead. Instead, humans have created hundreds of other dimensions for their souls to inhabit, where they may or may not be accessible to the living. In Hoodoo, we may have access to any spirit of the dead if the deceased is willing and we are skilled enough to make and maintain contact. It was quite common in both indigenous, American, and African cultures to consult the ancestors via various methods of divination, channeling, or meditation. Did I not just say something about meditation? For those in the community who had the skill and the authority to do so. The death of family members was no excuse to begin excluding them from the affairs of the nation, rites, and rituals, nor from accepting their input regarding the major life decisions of their living relations. In the traditional mind, neither time nor space could separate us from our kin. Ancestral veneration, however, is much deeper than lighting candles, attending special events, or asking questions now and then. Ancestral veneration, in its most traditional sense, is supposed to inform our behavior on a daily and continual basis. It's about knowing, honoring, and defending one's bloodline. It's about personifying the most esteemed values of your foremothers and forefathers and doing one's best to add on positively to your family's legacy. It's about reflecting on and identifying how our parents' and grandparents' actions affected our lives and considering how our decisions could affect our great-grandchildren tomorrow. Meaning, death is not a subject most Westerners or Western-educated people like to discuss. It's an event that will happen to each and every one of us, yet it is considered morbid, weird, or taboo to spend any time contemplating it. It cannot be spring, summer, or fall forever. Eventually, the end must come and make way for something new. Death is just the beginning of that something. So when the ancestor card turns up in a reading, you're being reminded that the only thing that is truly permanent is impermanence. It's okay to be sad, it's okay to mourn, but you must let go. Life goes on. If you receive the ancestors in a reading, consider the following. Every end is also a new beginning. The only thing that is constant is change. Put the past behind you and start over. Learn how to embrace the unknown. Do you know who your ancestors are? I can't remember if I said it or not. But with this Ace of Coins, I feel like when you are able to shed this past life energy, there is a rebirth that takes place, a divine gift that you are being handed that is owed to you because of your bloodline, because of who you are, divine feminine. I probably since like August of last year, yeah, since the Lionsgate portal of last year, like I don't know about you guys, but you should be able to strongly feel the presence of your ancestors as long as you're taking the time to tap in. Meditate. And you don't have to sit down, you know, on the floor, you know, all legs crossed like Ram Dass or something, Das Ram, whatever his name is. You can meditate while sitting in the park and just looking around at nature. You can meditate doing the dishes. You can meditate doing all different types of things. Bottom of the deck, we got 10 of Coins, we got Father of Knives, and we got 3 of Knives. So yeah, I feel like a lot of what you need to let go is in regards to past heartbreak, past pain. For a lot of you, I'm getting there are past life soul contracts that need to be broken. And you may think on a very 3D sense about what's taking place right now. And when I say past life soulmate contracts, it is not just love. It can be family members, it can be co-workers, it can be friends, it can be whoever. Hold on, let me, smoke is messing with my camera. No? Okay. So yeah, those contracts can be with anybody, but I feel like there is a lot of heartbreak in regards to it, and you may not understand why you're having such a hard time getting past it. You're having such a hard time getting past it because it is not just from this lifetime. I'm hearing it is from multiple lifetimes. And that's where this death card is essential, because you are being asked to clear this out, to clear up your bloodline so that your bloodline can begin to experience this, the abundance that is your birthright. But you gotta move, divine feminine. You gotta go. Time to go. Not wallow in the heartbreak. Not avoid communicating the things that you need or want to, not taking action on the things that you need or want to. Gotta let all that go. All right, we got Dr. Buzzard. Why? Because it's time. This is justice. We have 5 of Sticks. All of this conflict, all of this chaos. All right, lots of reading I gotta do. We have Miss Ida. And we have John Horse. All right, let's. Excuse me, y'all. I get, and this 5 of Sticks card, you see how she's standing here by herself, alone, minding her own little business. And you see these people kind of in the background that look like they're talking, whispering, gossiping. More than likely about her. Just saying, that's what it looks like. I feel like for a lot of my divine feminines, that's what you've been experiencing. But that's why, because you are the prototype. Other women can see, feel, and recognize your energy. And of course, they're going to hate when you're great. I should trademark that. All right, okay. Dr. Buzzard, justice. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. Ezekiel 25:17. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think I mentioned that in the Leo full moon reading. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Just saying. Okay, so Dr. Buzzard is standing in front of a courthouse laughing joyously after winning a case for a client. Behind him is Lady Justice wearing a Congo witch doctor mask, similar to the one Dr. Buzzard's father would have worn in Africa. This symbolizes domination and being a law unto oneself. Instead of the sword, Lady Justice is holding a bouquet of galangal, the common name for chewing John root, because she now works for Dr. Buzzard and that is his weapon. He is showing you a piece of the root. And the other hand, in which Lady Justice usually holds the scales, there is nothing, because his way is the only option. Instead, the scales are put to better use collecting Dr. Buzzard's cigarette ashes. Stephen Robinson, 1860 to 1947, aka Dr. Buzzard, was a famous root worker from St. Helena Island, South Carolina. His specialty was chewing the root in court, and a practice designated to protect criminal defendants from guilty verdicts or harsh sentences. This practice brought Robinson in conflict with J.E. McTeer, Sheriff of Beaufort County. McTeer attempted to charge Robinson with practicing medicine without a license, but failed when his primary witness went into convulsions on the witness stand. McTeer's subsequent attempts to convict Robinson failed. Dr. Buzzard attracted clients both locally and from around the country until his death in early 1947. According to legend, Robinson's father was a witch doctor who had been brought directly to St. Helena from West Africa. Robinson was said to have wielded enormous spiritual power and was sought out by Southerners of all racial and social economic backgrounds. Yeah, it's just kind of talking about good or bad, duality. So, intuitively, did someone do something wrong to you? If no, don't worry about it. If yes, then they've set the wheel of justice in motion against themselves. Facts. Okay. Let's hop forward a little bit. And that's the thing that I need a lot of divine feminines to know and understand. You don't have to always know how people get their karma, when it's gonna go about. Like you don't need to know, but just know that you're so protected that eventually it comes. There is no avoiding it. All right, so we have John Horse, the Emperor. Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in abundance of counselors there is safety. Proverbs 11:14. John Horse is seated calmly on his throne. He has a rifle strapped to him. He's clutching a knife in one hand, and in the other hand is balled tight into a fist. He's ready for anything. However, John's most powerful weapon, arguably, is the prophet Bikia, who is busy summoning spirits to keep the community safe. That person, clan totem, the Black Panther, is poised for a victorious attack against anyone who dares challenge him. Yeah, I can't read all this. I'm just going to intuitively, first line, I see when I look down. When John Horse appears in a reading, you're being advised to take charge of whatever is going on in your life. Because I had said that. Time to go. Time to move. All right, then we got Miss Ida. The High Priestess. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. The 7-year-old Ida Carter is standing in the attic surrounded by candles. It's dark, but she is not afraid because she's an old soul who understands that she is really never alone. Never really alone. Ida's 7 sisters Carter was a root worker from Hogansville, Alabama. There isn't much information about Miss Ida, but she told an interviewer that she was called to root working at just 7 years old. Miss Ida recalled the process of her self-initiation, which consisted of burning 7 candles all night while she prayed, starting on the first night in May and continuing for 6 consecutive nights. Miss Ida repeated this process each May for 7 years until the Holy Spirit told her that she was ready to work for the community. When Miss Ida appears in a reading, you're being advised to slow down and consult your inner voice regarding the matter at hand. let go and let God. I know that's right. So yeah, all of this you don't need to be concerned about because you have this. There is too much that you are being asked to focus on. And if you slow down and listen to your intuition, because like I've told many of you before, it's litty right now. Like now is not the time to not trust it. All of this backstabbing, this trying to sabotage who you are, your reputation, your gifts, like let the Most High handle that. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Then we got the Knight of Knives, because this is what they're trying to do. This is the energy that they are trying to put you in. And I don't necessarily know if some divine feminines are willing to admit it, but it is working. The devil is a liar. Like, no. Find a way to keep your peace. Woo side out, like something. And again, we have this 10 of coins that pop right back out, along with the 9 of coins. And then we have the 5 of coins, right? I'm getting strong, like this is what somebody is wishing on you, but this is what is fated for you. You are meant to be seen as that bitch, the prototype. And no matter how many people try to keep you in this energy, well, if you're using your intuition, you'll already know off bat. You get those little tinklings and inklings that, somebody who acting like they on your team ain't really for you. But that's why, because they know what is coming your way. They know you know what you deserve. They see the divinity in you. And I know for a lot of divine feminines, you're finally starting to see the divinity in you too, which is amazing. Because I know it's been a journey. We have the 3 of baskets. When you can finally tap into where it is that you're supposed to be going right now, divine feminine, there's going to be so much celebration. You are going to be so happy, so revitalized. I'm hearing like you're going to be revitalized, because like I said, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey, and this is the energy that Spirit is finally ready to bring you out of. It's time for that transformation, but in order to get to that transformation, there's like this last little bit of mental frustration of past pain that you kind of need to be able to let go of. Yeah, because what you are about to create, you need to defend, divine feminine. What you're about to create needs to be defended, needs to be guarded with your life. Guarded with your life is what I heard. 5 of baskets. It's almost like no matter how much Spirit is telling you that all of this greatness is coming in, for some reason, this is what you still feel. But that's because you're still healing. You're still healing. That is the Star card. And even though my throat is killing me, we're going to read it. All right. Oh, it's nice and short. Okay. The grandchildren, the Star. Early the next morning, Laban kissed his grandchildren on his daughters and blessed them. Then he left and returned home. Genesis 31:55. The grandparent cups the child's tiny hands as the child holds a star-shaped flower. Since time immemorial, humans have been fascinated by the stars, not only because they're beautiful, but also because they represent our highest goals, dreams, and aspirations. In Black American families, the star would be analogs to one's grandchildren as the ultimate symbol of hope. After centuries of terrorism, psychological warfare, enslavement, and oppressive legislation, every elder prays that their progeny will not only survive, but will also finally be allowed to thrive. They hope that they will no longer have to beg or ask permission to exist and will finally be able to live their lives on their own terms. It is on the grandchildren that wishes are earnestly placed. When the grandchildren appears in a reading, it is a sign of that it's a sign that relief from any stress negativity or despair is on its way. What did I just say? If there is no sign of hope evident in your life yet, just be patient and you will soon see the proof that things are looking up. Blessings shall abound. Yeah. All will turn out right in the end. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there because I really just feel the need to right now. Because that literally just, not only are you healing yourself, you are healing an entire bloodline, Divine Feminine. No pressure. Like, you know, I get the weight of it sometimes, especially when you realize your calling and where you were being guided to go and what you were supposed to be helping do. I understand that sometimes that can seem like it's a little bit much, like you may not be up to it, but trust and believe me when I tell you everything that you have been up to this point is to prepare you for this exact moment. All you need to do is trust and believe. And one of the things that I always remember is that it's not necessarily for me. You see them little tiny hands? That's who it's for. It's for the babies. The cute little tiny precious babies that become pains in their fucking asses when they grow up. Go figure. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got to Divine Feminine. That's the Ancestors read. Know that you are the prototype. Have faith in your talents and your gifts and your strengths. Have confidence in you, Divine Feminine. Just have confidence in you. Till next time, my loves.